Howdy.
Hey, Abby Goad.
Hi, Mom.
I'm trying to see if a very special recipient of amazingness is on this call yet before we actually get started. We've got just a few more minutes. This is so exciting.
I know.
Okay, big doings tonight, team. Woo!
Nibble!
Way to show up. I love it.
Yay!
So everybody knows that, like, we can see you, right? Everybody knows that. Okay, that's real important to talk about right off the bat, because we've had some situations people didn't realize that they were on camera.
That wasn't my dog.
So we'll just give it just a few more minutes, and then we will get started, and then I'll turn it over to Camille, because this is really not like for me to deal with tonight, which is so exciting. But I do have a few announcements to make since this is our first call, and I just want to kind of get everybody all on the same page and kind of kick this off, because it's such an exciting night for us. But I think that we're expecting probably twice this amount of people on this call, especially, let me see if our person, I think people are jumping on. I'll go over just a few more things before we get this very honored guest on our call. I have not seen her yet. Hey, Ab, could you please text Stacy?
Yeah, she said she'd have to jump on a couple minutes late.
Okay. She doesn't know it yet. We're gonna be very, very excited for her, because we had our first Dash to Disney winner announced today, and it's from my daughter's team. So that's who we're waiting to get on the call. But anyway, it is exactly 7:01, and we're gonna honor everybody's time tonight. These calls will normally be 45 minutes long from start to finish. Nothing different ever, because there's a number of you who are actually meeting like directly after the call, and so we're going to honor your time always. Tonight is going to be a tad bit different because of this little initial introduction that I'm going to make, and I'm going to go over some prizes and an incentive trip and just a few of kind of the little housekeeping, I think, thoughts here on how this all is going to work. So first of all, I want to thank all of you and welcome you to this call. I'm Sybil Imel, and I guess I'm kind of the ringleader of this crazy train, and I'm so absolutely honored to be the leader and have so many people that are so excited to be a part of this Manifest Your Success call series. We've had plenty of other call series that didn't really ever have like a start and a stop. They just kind of like kept on going. So this one is really exciting for us leaders, because we're very directed on what our mission is with you all, and what we're really hoping to accomplish in this 6-week period. And it actually ends up being 7 weeks, because we're taking that week of Thanksgiving off. So it's really looking as if it's 7 weeks, but the week of Thanksgiving, we do not have a call. I, along with a number of other execs on this team, are going to be leading a topic each Wednesday that revolves around the Brendon Burchard pillars of high performers. So this particular call might be, for some of you, your first professional or personal development that you've ever really been a part of. And if you have been a part of Isogenics for very long, you know that we've had Tony Robbins be one of our keynote speakers. Brendon Burchard was this year's keynote speaker. But what we've all figured out is that this company is all about transformation, and transformation within, you know, from the outside in, from the inside out, in your own head, with transformations of relationships, transformations of happiness. And it all starts with just kind of having the awareness. And that's what Brendon Burchard has really done for a number of us. And you've probably seen some posts about us going to HPA, which is High Performance Academy. And people attended something called Growth Week, which was Brendon Burchard Rachel Hollis, and a number of other amazing personal development gurus. Brendan Burchard is actually Tony Robbins' life coach, if you guys are kind of curious who we're talking about. But we are all kind of under his spell. So we'll kind of do a lot of what he says. And it's changed my life, and it's changed the life of a lot of the leaders on this team. So we just thought it would be a really fun way to bring it to you. And, you weren't necessarily able to attend the growth growth weekend 2 weekends ago. And then, of course, Brendan Burchard, I've been to now twice. And he's coming again in March. But we wanted to really give you guys a foundation, because if you have the foundation, you can grow anything from it. And, I come from 23 years in network marketing, and that probably set me aside and set me apart from a big group of other folks that had to get into this company and figure out how to navigate through being a self-starter and getting up every morning and being motivated, and maybe doing meditation and journaling, time blocking and all that stuff. I kind of had a little bit of that backbone already. So this is our way of getting it to you in a really quick version. And if you've ever worked with me one-on-one or in a group setting, I take everything in and I figure out how to get it to our people the fastest with the less amount of details and fluff. It's like the fastest route between point A and point B. I'm going to get you there, and I'm going to get you there quickly and effectively. I don't pay attention to a ton of details, and that's why I'm so thankful that I have a team that does, because I'm oftentimes reminded, hey, Sybil, you forgot the date on this, or that doesn't work in the mountain time zone, or this or that. So thankfully, my brain is usually on to the next thing. I don't worry so much about time zones, and I don't worry so much about the dates and things, but all those things are important. So that's why it's so cool that there's a huge group of leaders and a large collaboration of other people that we all have different strengths. And I will be very, very honest in telling you that I came to Isagenix to grow an empire. I was madly in love with the product, madly in love with the compensation plan, but I don't pay attention to a lot of details. I just want to go, and I want to get rank advance quickly so that I can make a large amount of money that I can put into other things that help generate amazing lifestyles for other people. So my main emphasis was to get myself into a secure position and then teach others how to do the same. So a lot of empowerment, and you'll often hear us say it's not about the money, it's about what you can do with the money. So for me, I'm very business focused, I'm very business driven. All of this for me relates back to business. But for some of you, it might just relate back to a relationship. It might relate back to you becoming better at what you're currently doing at your day job. Whatever it is that you want to use this information and propel yourself into something better, that's our goal with you. So with that being said, let me take one more peek and see if our friend is on the line yet. I don't see her on the line yet. But anyway, there are going to be some prizes associated. So just today, we decided that we needed a way to incentivize you to be on all 6 calls and all 6 huddles. And if you don't know what your huddle is yet, that's because maybe your leader didn't know who was really going to jump on. But a huddle is going to happen in between tonight and next Wednesday's call. And for some of the leaders, that might happen on Zoom. It might happen in a Starbucks. It might happen on a call. It might happen on Messenger chat. It might happen somehow other than being able to be belly to belly. I know that there's a few teams that are actually meeting at their leader's home, and then they're having their huddle right after that. Yeah, I love that. I see Stacy Wiley's people waving, and that's so brilliant. So however that is that you get together with your team leader somehow, and that huddle is going to be your opportunity to ask your team leader or all of your other teammates what it is that is holding you back from your greatness, what it is that is keeping you from sharing this amazing opportunity with others, if that's your goal. It's really your time that you guys can ask of us whatever it is that you need to know more about. We're all at different points in our builds, and we're all at different points in our professional development. So it's really there's I think 9 different huddles, and you guys can name your huddle, and then again you can bounce whatever it is that you guys need. If it's just, you know, how to use Ionic Supreme and how to make protein balls, that goes too. Or if it's really about how do I make $100,000 in the next 12 months with Isagenix, that question would be okay too. So a very wide variety of options and questions that you guys can ask your team leader at your huddle. So with all of that being said, today I designed a tank top for the ladies and a manifest your success t-shirt for men. And those t-shirts and tanks will go to anybody that attended all 6 calls and all 6 huddles. So somehow you got to find a way, if that means that you've got to miss a few soccer games or a few, my husband's watching House of Cards out here in the other room, you know, something, you know, make tonight your night that you get to really sink yourself into what you're about to embark on. So there's that gift, there's that prize, but we'll get, oh, I think she's joined the call. Lacey, are you on the call? Unmute yourself. I saw Lacey's phone coming through the call. We've got to congratulate this amazing little blondie. And I think that she's on. Lacey Belknap, if you're on the call, unmute your line and say hi.
Sybil.
Are you on? Lacey?
She just needs to speak.
Yeah, she does. Lacey? Are you on? I saw Lacey's phone join the call. Anyway, oh, I just saw it. So anyway, I have decided that because the goal for a lot of us is the growth of this business, the ultimate level in this company is called executive. And so anybody that becomes an executive in this call series between now and NYKO wins a trip paid by me, with me, to either Phoenix or our cabin in McCall. So if you're from Idaho and you want to get the hootie out of cold Idaho in February, then that would be fine with me. If you are from Phoenix and you want to get to Idaho and experience some winter wonderland, that's fine with me too. So we may have 2 trips. We may have people coming to Phoenix and we may have people going to McCall, and that's fine too. So I am going to award the executive that becomes an executive along with the team huddle leader on that trip. So it could potentially be 3 of us, the executive, the team leader, and me, going either north or south. How's that? And it's a new executive promotion. We've got some people on this call that, you know, are already executives. So it needs to be a new executive promotion from your team and your huddle and me. And we'll obviously arrange the date around kind of like availability at my cabin or here. But I'm really excited because that will be, in essence, a little mini retreat, right? A little retreat. And I'm very, very excited to do that and share that amazing opportunity with you guys. So that's the big incentive. If you become an exec between now and NYKO, which is January 9th, you will earn the opportunity to go to one of those places. With that being said, I wanted to mention also the next event that is a big deal for this team, which is NYKO, and it's in Phoenix. and it's the 9th through the 12th, and it's called New Year Kickoff, NYKO. So I wanted to just kind of throw that out there. If a lot of you are new and you're like, what in the world is this Zoom thing? You're probably not even thinking about NYKO. So we're just going to kind of drip it in every single week. We're going to talk a little bit about that being the next event. But events change everything. Events are where you go and you get to like see what we really are all about. So it's a big, big deal. But I've covered the tank tops. Lacey is on. Okay, well, Lacey, can you speak up, please? Hello, Lacey. Lacey, you have to unmute yourself. Lacey.
Can you hear me now?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Sorry, I didn't know I was supposed to speak.
Well, you probably didn't realize it, but we are all wanting to congratulate you in one big congratulatory smooch. Congratulations on earning Dash to Disney. Woo!
Thank you.
And let me tell you about this crazy person. We've been tracking these points, right? And all of a sudden today, I see that this person on our team has 12,000 points. You only need 10,000 to go, right? So I'm like, Lacey, I mean, is this a typo or what? And she goes, no, I just opted in. So Terry Wolf, I don't think it's too late to opt in, and I think you probably should. But you guys, this trip is 4 park hopper passes to Disney World. So it's a big deal. 12,000 points. Most likely, she's going to earn a hotel stay, not just the park pass hopper passes. But she also, if she's in the top 100, she'll get airfare to Florida. And she's cruising, you guys. 12,000 points. I mean, this is big. So big, big deal. And we really are so proud of you, Lacey. And with you being on this call tonight, we had to take the time to congratulate you. So, woo!
Well, thank you.
Yes, congratulations. So exciting. So one thing that we're going to start every single call with, because Brendan does this, is he gets everybody into state. And the first time you do this, it's going to feel a little kooky. And you're going to go, what is she having us do? Meditate and like get all zen and stuff? Yes, I am actually. We're going to take 10 deep breaths. And then I'm going to turn the floor over to our beautiful Camille Altringer.
Just don't even say it.
How do you say it?
Altringer.
Altringer.
Yes.
See? Altringer.
Yes.
It's part of the physiology part. Altringer. Okay. So let's all just take 10 deep breaths, and really and truly, they are like in through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay. So we're going to take 10, and I'm going to count down, and then we're going to turn it over. So every call is going to start with this very relaxing 10 deep intentional breaths. Okay. Ready?
Belly breathing.
We should hear it.
We should hear you. So ready? Here's our first one. I'm going to pass out.
I'm going to.
Okay. So how does that feel, everybody? Ready? You're ready for this? You come with your happy attitudes and open minds and now very relaxed body. Take it away. Camille is talking about psychology.
Oh. And I'm a little lightheaded after those breaths right now. All right. Well, I'm so excited and honored to be able to do this call tonight. Hopefully I don't talk too fast out of my lips going too fast so that you get everything, but there is a lot to cover. So I hope your pens have a lot of ink in it. I ran out of ink on one of my pens today. So the first thing I would like you all to do is, so we're talking about psychology, which is our mindset. And, you know, we all probably have that one person in our life that is just like the Debbie Downer, and you dread kind of being around with them. So they probably don't know how to deal with the mindset or how to change that. So we're going to talk a little bit about how we can control our mindset, because we're really the only people that can control ourselves. We can't control anybody else around us. We only can control ourselves. So I'd like you just quickly to make a note of 3 things. First thing, why did you commit to this call series? Were you bribed? Did you what really made you think about or commit to that? what do you hope to gain during these 6 weeks of calls? And the last one is, if you could describe yourself with 3 words, your best self, what would those words be? So, and they could change. So just right now, maybe the first 3 words that come to mind that describe you now, or that you would like to be in the future. Or think about if somebody were to describe you, what 3 words would you want them to use to describe you? So 3 words, write those down. So one of the biggest parts of our mindset is clarity, having a clear goal and vision of where we want to go. You know, we need motivation to get anywhere, right? And to do anything. And we always think, oh, I just don't have the motivation for that. I just can't get motivated to get out the door. I can't get motivated to go to the gym. I don't have the motivation to make those calls, or whatever it is in your daily regime that you need to do. Well, it's not a lack of motivation. It's a lack of clarity of why you need the motivation. If you don't have the reason as to what you need to do, like, okay, I want to lose 20 pounds. Well, if you really don't want to lose it, or you forget that you don't have that black dress hanging in front of you, or that vision board that reminds you of those things that you want to do, you forget it. And then it doesn't motivate you. And then Netflix calls, and that's where you end up on the couch after work because you're tired. But sorry, I'm gonna turn off my heater. I'm cold and I'm hot. So really, you need to have clarity. And to find that, we all have to dream a little bit, right? We have to write down our goals. We have to know where we want to go. We may not know how to get there, but if we don't know where we want to go, then we don't know how to determine how to get there. So how many of you have a vision board that you look at every day? How many of you look at it every day? Let me see. Show of hands. All right. We do have some. Awesome. Because, sometimes you have that goal and you write it in a book and then you put it in a drawer. How is that going to motivate you, right? So if we lose that clarity of where we're going, then we don't have that motivation. So 3 things that help us get to those goals that are kind of the definition of motivation is the first thing is congruency. So we want to be authentic and with ourselves. We want to be in alignment with who we know we want to be. So if you say that you're going to do something, then you better darn well do it. Or, you're going to show people around you that you're really not true to your word. So being true to your word, and what do you want each day? And, preparing your mind to going out and getting that each day. What does your schedule look for the day? How are you going to show up every day for those people that you're going to be around? Connections, having deep relationships with people. Did you know that if you have one good friend at work during the day, your productivity goes up 17%. So if you just like what you do and the people around you, you're going to be happy. You're going to be happier. You're going to enjoy what you do more. And you're going to be more productive altogether. People can affect your congruency. So if you're around a bunch of Debbie Downers, you might probably be down and Debbie with them, Debbie Downers, So it takes a lot of energy to bring Debbie Downers up to your level when, you are that positive, I'm going places, but everybody around you is not. So, sometimes we have to choose not sometimes, we do need to choose who we spend our time with, because we become who we surround ourselves with, right? So we may have to put our friends in separate buckets. We have the old friend bucket. We have the maintenance friends bucket, the old friends that you see like once every 5 or 10 years, they maybe not are real important in your life, but it's kind of fun to see them if you have the time. The maintenance friends where you just have to work so hard to keep those friends. Is it really worth it? You are like trying to get together with them, and it's just like there's always something that comes up. So you just spent all this time reaching out, and it's still 3 months and you haven't spent time with them. Find somebody who will join you. They want to join you. Link arms with those people that are going to grow and go with you. So, one of the things that we do learn, especially even in this business, is that you're going to lose some friends. And sometimes maybe they really weren't worth having in your circle because they were just bringing you back down or holding you back from where you really want to go. They might have been okay, 5 years ago when you didn't have goals and dreams that were making you think about. But now that you do, you're leave them in the dust. So those three things. Oh, did I only talk about two things? Congruency, connections, and then contribution. So, a lot of times you say that word, you think, well, I donate enough, or I don't have enough money to even donate. It's not necessarily monetarily contribution, but contributing generously of your time and energy and heart and soul and how you show up for people again. It's funny. I was in a meeting today at work and, you may not be getting paid to do a job, getting paid very well to do a job. But if you are in that job and you decided to take that job or that job was assigned to you, do it well, do it with excellence and just be proud of it. No matter if it's being the trash guy or, a janitor or even a teacher or the president, whatever you're doing, do it with excellence and be proud of what job you've signed up to do. So, if all of these things are in alignment, you are going to go in the direction of where your goals are, of course, provided that they're clear in your mind and you're looking at them every day, right? So, you want to just be in control of those things, because if you get kind of out of control, you're going to lose sight of all of that. And then the other thing is just to have challenges throughout the day, because if the only thing that is affecting your life and you're dealing with challenges, you're living a reactive life and you can't really control yourself. So you want to set a monthly challenge, maybe even a weekly challenge. There might be something like, for instance, that you want to work on just this week. You might have something in your job or your life that is being a challenge right now. Maybe something with your kids, maybe something with your job, spouse. It's the holiday season. So patience may be a big one that you might want to work on, having more patience. Personal development. Maybe you want to say, I want to read one book a month and get through that. The physical challenge, if you don't have one, maybe just for this month or through the rest of this year, I want to lose that turkey instead of put it on. So we're going to lose the 12 pounds, right? Instead of gain 12 pounds right before the new year. So we're going to be ahead of the game. So having those challenges for ourselves so that we can be in control instead of having everything else control us. Then the next thing too is the things that hold us back, and what makes us happy. A lot of times we are held back by things that have happened to us and, in the past. And we need to just be okay with that. And it's not who we are. The things in the past, we don't want to have our past circumstances limit your vision of your future for your children. So that's one of the quotes that he said, and it just really resonated with a lot of us that were there. So you have to activate yourself and get through whatever it was that may have happened to you that, you're using that as an excuse to be happy. You have to accept it. It happened. It's not who you are. Move on. Then you also have to be happy with yourself today, in the present, present circumstances. You may not be where you want to be, but you have to be happy with where you are. A lot of us have to be perfect, and we're never going to be perfect, because the root of perfect is to perfect. And so even when you get to the next level, you're always perfecting yourself. So there's always something that you can do better. So if you always feel like, well, I have to be perfect before I can do that, or I just am not ready. And people probably think that I feel like I have to be perfect to even do this. I was nervous and looked at my notes 50 million times, but I have notes everywhere. So I'm like, I don't even know what I'll get through. I've got all my book and notes, and so you just have to do it, right? I mean, everyone's like, shut up and just do it. You're going to be fine. So, you just have to jump in and do it. Don't let the fears hold you back. And then if you can see yourself in the future as happy, you are going to be happier now, because you can say, oh, I have a great relationship in the future. I am successful in the future. So you know that you're going there. Create things on your calendar in the future that are fun to do. So you have, the future doesn't necessarily have to mean 10 years or 50 years. It can be next month, so, because or tomorrow even, I mean, tomorrow is the future, right? Next hour is the future. So setting those goals throughout on your calendar so that you can earn those. Yes. And stop getting ready to get ready, for sure. And visualize yourself in the future, because, you will start feeling and acting more successful the more you see yourself in that position. So again, never let those past circumstances limit yourself. And so I want to talk next about our fears, because along with, circumstances that prevent us from getting where we want to go, I think fear is one of those biggest things. And it's not just one fear, it's fear of several things. So I'm going to go through several of the things that Brendan kind of went over with us. So, what stops us? Why don't we do what we know what needs to be done? Because, common sense is not always common practice. We know we got to go to the gym to be, to lose weight, or we need to be active to lose weight. But do we make the time? Do we do it? We know we shouldn't have that bowl of Halloween candy, but it's just one day. Let's just get it out of the way. Let's eat it. So it's not always common practice to do what we know that should be done. So bad thinking really starts and starts feeding us, right? And so, when we start out in this business, or even starting out doing a new thing, a lot of times we just imitate our leaders, because it that's what they're telling you to do. Do this, do this, do this. So you imitate what they're doing, which is great to start with. But conformity is the jailer of freedom. So we want to, at a certain point in our build or in our growth, we want to figure out who we really are, who is our authentic self, and break through that imitation so that we're not copying anything. What is your way? Find your way, so that, and it may be very similar to your leader, but maybe there's just a different way that you want to approach somebody, or you want to share about a certain product, or, whatever it is. So just find what is your way that makes you feel like you're doing things your best self, best way. Most people fear the fear of loss, the fear of loss of a friend, reputation, respect. They fear the struggle that it's going to take to get there. And they also fear the pain of success, the outcome pain. And, the grass isn't always greener. So, maybe I'm just happy right here where I'm at. Well, being on this call, or going to Brendan Burchard, he talked about the high performance fear. So there's some different fears that a high performer might feel. And the first one he talked about was ruin. And, we, as, if you're having big goals and you're working hard, you think big and you can see the big picture and you're excited about it, but then you fear really big too. And you think, oh my gosh, I can see this changing everything, but it could ruin me. Oh my goodness. So, you could ruin it all if you actually step out and do it. So again, it's kind of that stop waiting to get ready, just do it. Listen to your self-talk and have a self-talk argument plan ready. I love that, because there's some different fears And you need to have this plan ready. So when you recognize that you're telling yourself something like this, I could never do that. I'm not ready for that. That's too big. His self-talk plan was, book it and figure it out, or just do it, plan it, and you'll figure out how to do it as you go. So, no stinking thinking is one of the things that I had put down too. So you can kind of think about a self-argument plan for yourself, self-talk argument plan for yourself as we go through some of these things. Rejection is number 2. I think rejection is a big fear for many of us. We don't want to be rejected by people around us. We don't want our friends to reject us. We don't want to put something on Facebook and have people unfriend us. But you know what? One of the things that he said is, if you are scared of rejection, bad math, okay? Because, there were several people that had 7 people, 5 people reject them that they really could remember, big rejection, not just, okay, I'm not going to watch your Facebook anymore, but big rejection that traumatized them, right? But how many more people have been blessed by more people than just the 5 that rejected them over their lifetime? So his self-argument plan in this aspect was bad math, because, there's so many more people that are blessing you than rejecting you. So just swipe left is Sybil's big thing. Just swipe left. And, so I figure that's Sybil's self-argument plan on that one. The next one is regret. And I think this is one that I struggle with, in that, you have that FOMO, you fear of missing out with stuff. So you don't want to say no to anything. And so you do everything and you're wiped out. At least I used to be like this. I've gotten a lot better, but you feel like I can do that, and I'm really good at doing that, so I can do everything, but then you really can't do anything, right? You're kind of that master of, what do you call it? I can't even think of the thing, but you all probably can hear what I'm saying. Chat me up so I can master of none. What is it? Help me out. Somebody? Nobody? Okay.
Jack of all trades.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Lizzie. Anyway, so if you take too many forks in the road by doing so many things, you are not going to be able to focus on really where you're wanting to go, to the top of the mountain, and get to the top of the mountain, because you're taking all the detours all the way around because you're doing so many things and you can't ever get to that next level. So sometimes you just need to determine what is really important, what's going to get you closer to the top of the mountain than going around in circles, putting ribbons on stuff, or, you just, think about those income producing activities, or just, relationship building things that are really going to help you be more personally developed to get to your goals. It kind of goes back to that congruency, connection, contribution to get to your goals. The 4th fear is responsibility. And we just talked about this, somebody last night at Tribe Time, when, to get to the next level, it's going to bring on so much more stuff and responsibility. I can't even do what I'm doing now, right? And so, as we go, though, as we take more responsibility on, you are going to build your confidence, and your competency will go up, which builds your confidence. And it's this infinity loop, right? That as you get more confident at something, you have more confidence at doing that. So you continually build that. And so you're not going to just jump into, Sybil's shoes and all of a sudden have to run her team and send out 600 texts. You get there one day at a time, one step at a time. So you become better at your skills every day, which gives you confidence to continue to get to that next level. So self-talk, you got this. You can do it. I forgot to, I guess I didn't have a note for myself to talk on the regret. Quit taking so many damn detours. Sorry. And then the fifth fear is dread. I don't want to deal with that. Oh my gosh. Sometimes there's, things that you don't want to do that is required to get to a certain level, but you have to stop dreading the journey that's required to get there. In real life, ease is not the goal. Growth is the goal. So you have to sometimes do things you don't want to do, but just do it anyway and honor the struggle. Obviously, that was one of his big things. I was going to wear my shirt, but I didn't. Honor the struggle. That's his self-talk for this particular fear. I don't like it, but I won't dread it. So you need to, take dread out of the vocabulary, because those that hate the struggle, they quit. And, the only way to fail in this business or in life is to quit and to not just push through that fear and do it anyway. So anyway, I only got 5 minutes left. So I'm going to give you, that was kind of any questions on those things. I know I kind of went fast, but I wanted to give you some action things for this week that you can work on and try. First of all, if you don't have this book, High Performance Habits, it's a great one. You can get it in hardback on Amazon. You can download it to Audible so you can listen to it when you're doing laundry or whatever. But it really kind of tells some awesome stories and has great examples and goes through these habits a lot clearer as well, since you're getting just a quick summary. But one of the things that Brendan does is he does not touch his phone for an hour, at least an hour in the morning. And in that first hour when you wake up, first of all, so before you get up, spend 10 minutes thinking about your future self. Just, picture your vision board and your dream board in your mind and say your affirmations in bed before you even get up. Then you get up in that first hour. So this might mean you have to get up an hour earlier if you don't already do some of these things, but spend 20 minutes stretching, getting your body ready. It doesn't mean you have to go to the gym, but if you work out in the morning, then that is fine too. But just getting up, and he had given us some, those of us that did the master's plan, you got the high performance workout, and there's 3 morning stretching routines that are awesome to just get your body warmed up. And if you have kind of a bad back, it kind of gets you stretched out a little bit and feeling good and ready. And then you spend the next 20 minutes reading a personal development book or listening to a podcast, doing some of that personal development time. And then the next 20 minutes is planning your day, but it's not like sitting down and planning your day because it's already done the night before, but it's more, how am I showing up today in my meetings, in my, for my friends, for my people, for my coworkers? How am I going to show up? And and he talked too about doing transitions throughout the day. Every time he finishes a meeting and he goes into a different meeting, he does like a 2-minute transition, like, that is done, I did good, I'm going into this, and this is how I'm going to show up for this group or this presentation. So taking that extra, time to really focus on your next task of the day. I mean, heck, do laundry well. I don't know. But I think also just to get your vision board ready. If you don't have one done, get with your leader and have them do a dream session with you. It's amazing the things that they can get out of you or make you dream, because we are so not used to dreaming. I mean, it's like, I could use a new car. I'd like a new hat. Really? What kind of car? What color? How fast is it going to go? How are you going to feel in it? Describe your dream house to a T. Write it down. What vacation do you want to go? I want to go on vacation. I want to take the kids to vacation. Well, where? You need to be specific, and how are they going to feel when you take them there? So, write those dreams and goals down so that you know where you're going to go. And then, as I talked about at the very beginning, create that monthly or weekly challenge for yourself. Are you going to read a book a day, a week, a month? What are some challenges that you want to work on personally? They don't have to be big. They can be just little, and they could be the challenge for the day, but if you can kind of, start a habit of creating at least a monthly habit challenge, you will, you'll improve on one, work on something for the whole month, do those plank challenges or squat challenges or whatever. If you want to do something like that, they're all over Pinterest, and you can always find a challenge if you don't have an idea to start with. But anyway, that is it. That's what I have. I think I got through most of it. So any questions, you can unmute yourself. We've got 1 minute, but I think we even stayed on 45-minute time frame.
Wow, you sure did. That was amazing, Camille. Psychology is a big, broad one. And there were pages and pages of notes. And I think that this was such a great sampling of just how you can get your mind in state and what really goes into it and what can go into your day and either make your day, you own your day, or you're just, responding to everybody else's. So that was awesome. And I hope that you guys did understand that it's really and truly just a little sample of professional and personal development and what this really could do for every different dimension of your life, not just your Isogenics journey, your Isogenics business, but really relationships, jobs, all of that other stuff. So Camille, thank you so much. That was really awesome. And I think that it really whet our appetite to understand that there are 6 pillars, like they are the parts of the foundation, and we're going to cover all 6 of them. So psychology is out of the way. Next week we have Lizzie Silva, and she is going to be talking about purpose. And I'm sorry, she's talking about productivity. Sorry, see, human, not paying attention to details. But thank you. Do you guys realize that we had over 40 people on this call at one time tonight that are literally all sponges about to embark on something bigger than themselves. So this is big, you guys. Thank you for being a part of this first call. Please make sure to have your time with your huddle leader. If you're on my team, I haven't got that figured out yet how we're going to do it because you guys are all in Idaho, but we're going to figure something out, and I'll be reaching out to all of you. So thank you again for joining tonight. Camille, thank you for keeping it to 45 minutes, and we did a good job. We did it.
Yes, we did.
I really, really, really appreciate it. I'd love for everybody to unmute their lines. If you have a specific question, we can stay on and answer that. But if you have to go, just quickly say thank you to Camille for leading our call tonight, and we'll see you next Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Thank you, Camille.
Thanks, Camille. That was awesome.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Camille.
Thank you,
Thank
Camille.
you.
Congratulations, Lacey.
Bye, girl.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
congrats,
Camille.
Lacey.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
thank
Camille.
you.
Good job, Camille.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you next week.
Bye. See you soon.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye, guys.
I think that's so awesome. I can see everybody just kind of going through and leaving the call. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
Camille, that was awesome. I mean, so much information tonight. Thank you again. And I think, again, it just was such a great topic to start with. So thank you again.
Awesome.